What's happening, people? United Central here, back with another video. Podcast 91, guys. Back with the guys. But before I start this, Nuruddin, this is all down to you. Why were you late, lad? Everyone's ready in the comments.
Neil Ashton's messing with the streams, mate.
Hey.
Neil Ashton's trying to move to my end, mate.
Aye, listen, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the people in the building. We are live. I want to start with you, Nuruddin. How are you today, bro? You know what I mean? You look at you smiling today. Happy.
Yo, because the sun's out, man. I'm always smiling when the sun's out, man.
For once.
Yeah,
For once, man.
I'm happy.
And Aaron, how are you today, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm
just
good,
heard the news now from Fabrizio Romano. Teles deal is still on. We are still monitoring the situation.
monitoring
the situation, bro. Monitoring FC. Shout out to Koshin. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Aaron, how are you, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Obviously, United are doing our heads in, giving us headaches. But what can you do, man? Like Nuruddin always says, you either cry about it or you laugh about it. And I choose to laugh. So here we go.
You know what I mean? Someone says on time like usual. Yo, listen, man, don't blame me, like don't blame me. But Nuruddin, you know what, man? Let's just start with the title of the video. The title of the video is "Are Manchester United on the decline?" And there's a lot of people saying that we've been on the decline for a lot.
Why is he laughing like that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We've been on a decline.
Yo, big up Mo, man. Big up Mo.
Yo, big up Mo, man. Big up Mo.
Big up Mo. We've been.
By the way, did you hear the story about the cornflakes? By the way, did you hear the story about the cornflakes?
The story of the cornflakes.
Listen, man, the game was so dead. Yeah, man was eating the cornflakes on Rance's live stream. Shout out to Rance, yeah. And the milk, you know, the milk, yeah, it kind of like, you know, it slipped. The milk slipped, bro. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, there was more dribbling going on down there than Man United's transfer business. You know what I'm saying, bro? So,
there was more action between Saeed's mouth and chin than the game, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what they call it?
You know
goal mouth action. Taking look between Saeed.
Yo, big up Flawless, man.
That's Flawless.
Yo, big up, man. I don't know what you man's cereals, guys. Mine's cornflakes, isn't it? What you man's cereals? Go-to cereals and that. I'll start with you.
Cornflakes, you know what?
What's your favorite cereal? Hey?
I'm a muesli guy.
Muesli and that, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Shout out in the comments, man. Shout out in the comments your favorite cereal, isn't it? We'll just start off with that because there's no Man United talk in it, you know what I'm trying to say to you in terms of what we're doing. So, yo, shout out your biggest your cereal box in it, is what I'm saying. But, yo, Flawless, what are you telling me, bro? Are you all blessed in the dunya?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. Everybody good, man. You get me? For having me on, man. I feel like you get me. This is like the Avengers Infinity War Endgame film, you get me? Man got a call up with the man for the big film, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to be on.
Always,
you know what I'm saying? Straightjacket Podcast, and
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Salute. But yeah, man's all blessed, man.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to start off by saying, obviously, you know what I mean. There's a lot of been talking this week, you know what I mean, of Man United and the lack of transfer activity and whatnot. But I'll start with you, Nuruddin. You know what I mean. Let's just start with what Patrick Evra had to say, man. And you know what I mean. For me, that was surprising, man. I didn't think he had that in his locker, man. You know what I mean, a whole 20-minute video of him basically calling the Glazers out, the Woodward, you know what I mean? Man like Matt Judge, Neil Ashton as well, my boy Neil Ashton. Yo, he called the whole gang out, bro. So,
and you know what? Sorry, not to cut you off, before Nuruddin says anything, it's a 20-minute video. It's on social media, and he did that because he mentioned it at the beginning. He said it's about 2-3 a.m. in the morning. So the fact that he had that on his mind in the middle of the night, bruv. And Patrice is someone who's, you guys know him, man. You see him on social media. He's always positive, always. You'll never see negativity on his social media. So for him to come out and do this at 2-3 a.m. in the morning, drinking, what was it, mint tea, bruv, something's wrong in it. Something's wrong.
Shout out to the mint tea, bro. You know what, Minority, you're a person who believes in I mean, Evra cares about the football club, but you know what I mean? What did you make of his comments, man? And how did you feel about his comments? You know what I mean?
I think Evra, I don't mean to be arrogant, but Evra confirmed what I've known for years. It's just confirmed what we've known for years. Most of us who watch this closely, as I'm one of those that watches this closely. I keep an eye on what they're doing. I don't look at the statements or the PR merchants and the propaganda from Neil Ashton. I look at what the club is doing, the actions. And I see that Man United have got bankers. I've always said that. From the first day we met, Saeed, I started saying, this club's run by bankers. And it is just good to hear a professional such as him, somebody who was close, who was actually there only last season. He was there last season doing his coaching badges, to actually spill the beans, to say it as it is. And I mean, you just think the length that Man United have, you know what I mean, that they've drove us all crazy, but the length that, you know what I mean, that Evra had to go through sleepless nights. Uncle Pat is so cheerful. You know what I mean? That was a Monday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's making a video about how depressed he is about Man United and the situation at Man United. That's been happening. And it's funny because I laughed loud with the title of the show. I'm sorry, we've been in a decline for the past 7 years, and I said it. I said it on this podcast, and those of you who are regulars on this podcast will dig it up, send a clip to me, because I said it. If there was ever a time, and there was ever owners, if there was ever a chairman, if there was ever bankers who are in charge of Manchester United, the owners and the people who are in charge of Man United, to never spend a penny in this transfer, is the Glazers. They bought Van de Beek because we got the hookup from Edwin. Uncle Edwin's got the hookup. You know what I mean? He sorted that deal for us.
100%, man. 100%.
I big him up for speaking out, because he genuinely loves the club. He genuinely loves the club. And he was shocked. The only thing that I agreed 85% of what he said. But when he's telling me about Joe Glazer and I love the club, I'm like, come on, Pat. I know you want to be invited still. You still want to be invited to the director's box after slating the club, but Joe Glazer and Evra and Glazer don't love Man United, mate. You know what they love? Their dividends money, mate. That's what they love. They love their 11 million to you, 10 million to you, 5 million to him.
Yeah.
You know what? That's how he works. Dividends FC, mate. Dividend. Whether Man United are up or down, whether we're in a Champions League or not in a Champions League, dividends FC. That's who we are.
I can't argue with that, man. You know, flawless, man. Did you expect that from Evra, man? Because my man loves United, you know, and the way he came in, man, he just went and said, listen, shout out to the therapy, bro. You know what I mean? Man like Lord with the therapy session and that, maybe Lord, you wanted to see Lord on that, you know what I'm trying to say to you, bro. So for me, that kind of a therapy he gave us, bro. Like seriously, man, not one Man United player liked that video. It just goes to show the fact that they're all controlled by social media and the media of a Man United team. Like seriously, man, that just highlights everything what you said, bro. Isn't it, flawless? We are incompetent.
I just want to see, man. Yeah, we know all this. I just want to say to Zayn, I'm not depressed, man. Man's happy. You get what I'm saying? I'm out here on the Straightjacket Podcast. You feel me? I'm fine. You get what I'm saying? I'm not depressed. I was just paying attention to what was being said when Nuruddin was talking. In terms of the players not liking the video, it's one of them. It's tough because if they do that, you're really going against your employees. So I'd rather them, if they didn't like what was going on, be fighting on the inside. So I can't criticize the players for not, because they're employees of the club. So if they go and like that, all that would do is cause more disharmony. Whether they believe Evra was right or not, it would just cause more disharmony. And on the Evra video, Evra's all of us, but it's just the fact that it's coming from a legend. And that goes to show how bad it is when a legend's coming out. Aaron mentioned it, a guy who's as positive and as happy as Patrice Evra is. Like, he's never negative. Like, he is positivity 24/7, 365 days a year. So for him to come out and be saying, this is wrong, the board need to do better, etc., tells you all you need to know. And this is what we've been saying, like I've said on previous podcasts as well. Whether you think it's the owners, the board, the manager, the players, out of those four things, at least I think everybody agrees at least minimum two of those four things are not good enough. You get me? The owners ain't good enough for doing their job. The board ain't good enough for doing their job. Ollie divides opinion, and the players divide opinion as well. So it's like, yes, we know the board and the owners are not setting Manchester United up to be successful over a sustained period of time. So that's why I'm just looking at it like, all right, my expectations have lowered. I'm just like, can we pick up a trophy here and there? Can we nick a Premier League trophy? Maybe we, like I said, the squad. I've said this. The squad is good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's good enough to win the Premier League like 4 out of 5 years, but the squad is nowhere near as bad as people make out. Go on, Northern. Go on.
We're not doing a Leicester, mate. We're not picking up no trophy. Under this stewardship, we're not picking up. So you know that fantasy, that positivity. Keep it going, lad. Keep it going. When you mentioned the Premier League and Man United, there's some aspects of me is like, yeah, believe, and I'm like, reality. Then reality just strikes me down.
Yeah.
Like
reality sets. But the thing is, despite all the issues we're having and things of that nature, the reason why people are going so crazy about United not doing business in the transfer window is because we're not that far away. We're literally, if you add 3 quality players to that, if you add a left back, a centre back, and Sancho into that team. So let's say, for instance, Telles, Upamecano, and Sancho into that team. I'm not saying that team is a Premier League winning side, but it could challenge. Adding Donny as well. People forgetting Donny's a very good signing as well. Of course, we know the deficiencies the manager has. Yeah, we know the deficiencies the manager has. We know the deficiencies certain players have. We can't move players on.
Well, like Lewis trolling and that, you know. Lewis, he's trolling.
Shout Lewis. But that's why United fans are going so crazy on social media, is because we are not that far away in terms of having a team to compete. I just want to be in a race at this point. We haven't been in a race in 7 years. At least let's just get in the building and then we go from there. And I think 3 or 4 players, we're 3 or 4 players away from doing that. So that's why that's why everyone's mad and Evra's upset, because we're close to challenging. Yeah. I mean, not winning, but we're close to challenging. Just do the business that needs to be done. Go and sign a centre back. You're telling me Manchester United can't identify a centre back, can't identify a left back. I'm not necessarily saying Upamecano, but you're telling me in the world of football, United's $1 million scouting network can't locate a centre back and a left back. What did he say? I don't think we're miles away. I really don't think we're miles away. That's just me though. I don't think we're miles away with the signings. That's what I'd say.
Just want to read the super chat before I come to you, Aaron. Shout out to the Mustafa Chaka. He says, even if Ollie's sacked, doesn't matter who we bring in. Poch, Nagelsmann, how long before they get supported by the board? Get all the pigs out of the club. Matt Judge, Glazers and whatnot. But Aaron, you know what I mean? You're a big Evra fan, you know what I mean? I just look at him, man. This guy, yeah, the way he's thrown everyone under the bus there, he just goes to show, man. Like he's not asked about his Sky job, man. He just wants the football club to become where they were, man. And it's sad to see it, Aaron, man.
It is, man. Like I said, Evra's always a positive guy. I've been following his interview since even before I came to live in the UK, and people think that he's only started to do this now. He's been doing this since he was at Monaco in the France national team squad. He was always one of the leading figures, always one of the positive guys, and always one of the guys to motivate people. So for him to come out and do these things at 3 a.m. in the morning, 20 minutes long, drinking mint tea, it means something to him. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he genuinely cares about the club, and I like the fact that he came out and said that he doesn't care about job opportunities. He doesn't care about those things. He says what he has to say because he's loyal to the club and he's loyal to the fans. He's a fan himself, and yeah, man, a lot of ex-players wouldn't do that. I can't see any other ex-player do that apart from Rio, Evra. That's about it. I can only see those two do that. And you can see that a lot of people still care about job opportunities with the club, appearances here and there, and because they know United's got money. And I think ex-players know, obviously, they made money during their career, but they know, if I get a job opportunity with Manchester United, bro, I'll get money, bro. And them men are probably on the phone to each other going, United gave me that job opportunity to go on MUTV, bro. Bro, that's 20 racks, bro. 20 racks, bro. You think I'm turning down 20? I don't know if it's 20 racks. I'm just assuming. Oh, 20 back, bro. I'm not turning it down, bro. I'm not turning it. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're probably still thinking about the bag when really you should be caring about the state of the club. Do you know what I mean? So Evra is a true legend of the club, not only for his playing, for playing for the club, not only for what he's won, but also for the things he's coming out with and saying. I want to hear more. And the stuff that he said, certain things didn't surprise me, but I was like, wow, really? When he talked about, certain directors of football of top clubs, calling his phone, asking him to tell Matt Judge to pick up his phone. So what's Matt Judge doing? Playing Fortnite. What's he doing? Like, what's he doing for him not to pick up the phone? Is his phone right next to him and he's not replying? Like, why? So that was a big statement as well. And I'm happy that he said that, because he's exposing the incompetence of the people at the top. So, yeah, man, I think it's a good thing that he came out, bro. And many, many more should do that. And obviously, Gary Neville came out as well, like, years ago. I remember that rant he went on Sky Sports, but I think Gary Neville was too much of a flip-flop. One day he'll say this, the other day he'll say something else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, big up Evra. I can only support what he said, and I can only support what he's doing.
What, you know what I mean, Lauren, I come to you next, man. What United are doing at the minute is nothing, man. And I don't know if you've seen the report about Man United have been the most hit about COVID, even though they didn't furlough any staff, even though they didn't, you know what I mean, even though they didn't have any redundancy and everything, you know what I mean, they're still shining, you know what I mean, still getting money. You know what I'm trying to say to you, bro? Like, do you believe in all this media spin-off that Man United don't have any money? You know what I mean? Do you believe in this?
That is classic. Your ex-roommate, Neil Ashton, mate. Your ex-roommate, the guy that used to sleep in the bunk bed next, you know what I mean, above you. That's him, mate. Working hard. That man's earning his money, mate. Twitter all saying Woodward up. And it's really interesting that, like, a lot of the fans are coming out, just to go back to the Everett thing, just 1 second, Saeed. That the fact that Matt Judge, I'm like, I don't care who you name. I don't care who these Wallies are. I don't care who these Muppets are. The guy who's in chat, we got the Glazers who own the club. Then we got Woodward, who makes all of the footballing decisions. Now, Matt Judge happens to be a university buddy. They went to the same university. That's how we know. So he's a banker from the same university. And Woodward is a banker himself. So we got bankers doing negotiations. And I always said that. I always had these ideas. And now, of course, the bankers are there with their calculators, typing in, we lost this much. Neil Ashton, get that out there quickly. And that's what they're doing. But I'm sorry. Manchester United, they bought 15 years they've had the club, right? Almost 15 years. They bought the club on debt. The club has been constantly in debt. So miss me out with all this. We're losing. We've been losing in the last 7 years. We've been losing money. And that's because the people at the top who run our club are bankers. It's simple as that.
Are they being a bit cautious? I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but are they maybe being cautious in what they're trying to do in terms of, you know, like maybe leaving it.
You know. Saeed, what did we say? A couple of months ago, we said the debt is where the debt is. They need to just get 250 million out of the bank and literally get this great opportunity in this current market right now, like all the other clubs have done. Liverpool will no way have signed Thiago for the money they signed him. Jota for the money they signed him. The left back they bought for the money they signed him. No way would they have signed up. City would not have signed that Felicity for nearly 30 million. No way.
Maybe it's the wages then. What about the wages of Man United then? Have we got too much wages on the football club?
Saeed, I'm the old man. You know what? On this podcast, I'm the old man, right? I've been banging on about. Why do you think I don't get excited when we sign player? I will get excited on the day that we have director of football, the day that we've got footballing structure. Everybody, I'm just repeating myself. And I always tell you guys, and you'll get about the manager, I get sucked in. One time for me, Jose, that abysmal football, Van Gaal, that abysmal football, like I was saying to you, those depressed me with the football, but I knew they weren't getting backed. And it shows you, it's there for everybody to see. Every time we qualify for the Champions League, they don't spend. When we're out of the Champions League, on record, Manchester United will spend 130 million, 150 million when we're out of the Champions League. When we're in the Champions League positions, Man United don't spend. So all this about, it's due to COVID. It's not due to COVID. Listen, a month ago, Upper Meccano was worth 45 million. Right?
Yeah.
Right? We could have had him. We could have had Thiago. We could have had Sancho already sealed up. We could have had... And you know the craziest thing about this? It's like every season, Man United don't need to go and spend money and buy players. When you've got the core, you could buy the odd player here, let the odd player go, clear wages. Man United needed to get rid of 6 players. And six of 2 of those players I actually like. And I have to put my personal feelings aside and be objective. Are they getting on the pitch? Are they giving, for the amount they get paid, you know what I mean, per week, are they getting on that pitch and earning that money? No. So I've got to put my own personal feelings, and you know what the people I'm talking about, put that aside. 6 players should have been cleared out. 4 or 5 players should have been bought in. They've had 6 months.
There's no value to these players. There's no value, man, Lord. That's the thing. There's no value to this players.
Saeed, I don't care. You know what Barcelona do? Terminate contracts. You cut your losses.
Yeah, you got to take the hit.
But we're charity FC, man. We don't do that. We're charity FC.
Terminate contract. Scrap. Clear house.
Bro, you have to, I agree with Nordin. You have to put the feelings and the sentiments
But they don't do that, Aaron. No,
Thank you for your services.
They don't do that.
No, but listen. Barcelona is not known to do that. But Ronald Koeman came in, looked at the state of the squad. They just came off an 8-2 loss in the Champions League. Koeman had to do something. So he came in and he said, you're not part of my plans. Remember, who else did it when the last manager at Barcelona to do that, I remember, was because people are now shocked. Oh, why is he getting rid of Luis Suarez is going to Atletico for 6 mil only? You had to make a decision because the state of the squad is a shambles. Guardiola came in 2009. The mighty Barcelona. Guardiola comes in and tells Ronaldinho, who was one of the best players of the world, if not the best at the time, you're not part of my plans. Get out. We have to do the same minute. We need to stop the sentiment. We need to stop no, but he's been here for 10. No, Phil Jones, thank you for your services. Terminate the contract mutually. Off you go. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You're free to go wherever you want. We need to stop this sentiment, bro. We need to stop it. And we need to do it with a lot more players because now all these players are stuck on big wages at the club, probably forced to run down their contracts. Jones signed a new deal last season. Pereira signed a new deal last season. Mata signed a new deal last season. Lee Grant, did he sign a new deal? I can't remember. Who else? De Gea signed a new. He's not Deadwood, but so many people on new contracts. They're going to be forced to run down their contract. Let's say Brandon Williams, he signed a new deal as well. Let's say in a few seasons' time, obviously, I'm not wishing it on him. He doesn't turn out to be what we wanted him to be or what we wished him to be. Yeah. And in 2 seasons' time, he's dead. What are we going to do with him? There you have a 21, 22-year-old who's sitting on 70 racks a week, not playing. What's he going to do? Where's he going to go? Who in 2-3 years' time is going to take a 22-year-old who's on £70,000 a week, not playing, in the reserves probably, or on the bench, in the stands, not playing? Who's going to take it? So we need to stop handing out these new contracts. And also, before you speak, Norden, we need to stop handing out these new contracts to all the players, even if they are doing well, bro. Let them play their football. Let them focus on their football. Yeah. Mason Greenwood had one good season, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it because he is a talent. He is a talent. Mason Greenwood had one good season, and we give him a new contract. So right now he's on what? How much would he be on roughly? I don't know how much. 90K a week. How old is he?
18.
18 years, £90,000 a week. If he has another banging season, what are you gonna do? It'll
be doubled and a half. It'll be like it'll be almost under 200 million. 200.
And the problem's gonna be the problem's gonna be if he has another banging season. What's United gonna do? Give him a new deal. So how much is he gonna be on that? Because if you double that, that's 180. Yeah, that's 180 by the time he's 22, 23. If he has another good season, another 1 or 2 good seasons, what are you gonna do? Double his wages again. So by the time Mason is 25, 26. He could be on 500, 600 bags a week. And I'm not saying by the time he won't deserve it because I'm sure he's going to turn out to be an amazing player. But this new contract thing has to stop. You have to stop. Andres Pereira. Normally, when you hand out new contracts, you look at the previous things that you've done. You look at, okay, you've had a great season. You've contributed this many goals or this many assists or whatever it is. What has Andres Pereira done to get a new deal?
Yeah.
True. What has he done? So it's the contract situation and the wages are.
No. Let me just read this super chat before you go on, Nordin. Prem Project said they are very smart. I want to make it look like the manager's getting back. They're getting back in the first season. They get 100 second season, like you said, Nordin there. You know what I mean? Next one, Harry Beckenbauer. Yo, shout out to Harry Beckenbauer, man. How much money have we wasted sacking manager in the last 6 years? Got to be at least 50 million. Absolutely spot on. Zayn Massey says Glazers have been given loads of money, but you spend a $250 million on Lukaku, Pogba, and the fridge. And Woodward is rubbish. One more here says, 1 second, Nordin. 1 second, let me just find it here. He goes, who's worse, Bartama or Woodward? I think Bartama's worse. And then shout out to Mustafa Joker. He says, now the time is to strike the iron when it's hot. United fans need to stick together and get the waste man out of our football club. Keep applying pressure. They soon will crack. 7 years and paying them drive the football club. I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. And the same message goes Barres, Vardy, Kante, Leicester got 10. Maguire left leg. You need to find bargains. Your scouting is rubbish. We got Gabriel at 20 and he's better than Maguire. I'm not sure about better than Maguire, but yeah, man, know him. Yo, like the video, guys. Nearly 1,000 people watching, and apparently we got 200 people. You know what I mean? In liking the video, man. Come on, man. We got the biggest.
Like the video, guys. Like
we got the three biggest guys on YouTube, man. Come on, man. Like the video, boys, man. Come on. But yeah, no, they go on. Sorry,
before Flawless goes, and I'll keep it short, Flawless.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it fall.
The thing about it is that what was really interesting for me was the season when Pereira left. So there's about 6 or 7 players so the club, this is how it works. Nobody goes to speak to anybody. So when a player's contract is running down, they always give a 1-year option. So that the year option was a thing that even on at the end of Gill and Fergie, that was happening. Fergie would reward players and give them a kind of a 1-year extension, especially when they went past 30, and he would have a conversation with them. Now, these bankers come in, they have absolutely no clue. Remember that. They help to take over the club by doing what? By bullying the shareholders to sell. That's what they've done. Matt George, the Woodwards, that's what they did. They have no clue about how football works. So everything was make it up as you go along. Fake it till you make it. Well, they ain't made jack. They made a piece of toast.
Nothing.
They made a piece of toast and not boiled any eggs, right? They can't make anything. So what they did was there's about 7 or 8 players. The reason why Aaron was talking about saying why they're handing out these transfers is because Herrera, and it's about 7 or 6 players where they were almost coming up to their last year in their contract. And the players were all negotiating with the clubs. And their agents were talking to the clubs. Then they had all panic. So they had a panic. The panic is like the classic example is Herrera. Herrera was like, I'm waiting. Nobody's sitting to me. Nobody's second. And you know what? You know what would back that up? What Rio said. Rio was sat there after the last game in that season. Mm-hmm. Woodward comes in the dressing room, sits next to him, and says, well, because all of the directors and the board, some of the directors come into the after win or lose, home or away, they come in, right? They come in the dressing room. And Woodward sits next to Rio and says to Rio, by the way, you know what? This is it. You're allowed to go anywhere. Rio said he was absolutely shocked, and he just showed how much they valued him. Herrera is a classic example because Herrera was like, well, why are we going to sit down? Herrera was on 70 grand a week because he was on 5-year contract. Remember, when he got it, they never gave him a bit of bonus. They never gave him a bit of bonus. They never, for his performances, they never increased it. So the club not trusted him. So what they did was when they panicked, they thought, we can't leave anybody else in with transfers that are close to them. So before looking at, this is what I'm saying to you. Before looking at top and bottom, get the analyst, the video analyst, get the medical department, get the guys who look at how you played, right? Who analyze all of those reports should be there. Phil Jones played how many games? How many minutes on the pitch? How long has been injured? History of injury prone. You're not getting a contract. Goodbye. See you later. It's been a pleasure. Next minute, you look at next player. You look at how much injuries, how much their performance on the pitch. These guys are bankers. It's all about numbers. So they slap everybody with numbers. Now we've got bloated squad with guys sitting on 3.5 years to 4 years contracts. That is what's happening. And that's the reason why we can't shift it. So that's why people like me, from that first season, I was screaming out to Manchester United Football Club, move into the 21st century and modernize. Fergie was the sporting director, head of technical, the scout guy, the guy who signed.
He was part of the problem as well. Fergie was part of the problem as well.
He was part of the problem. But Fergie was a genius that he would go and get a player and turn them into a worldie. He would get.
Maybe that was our downfall then. Maybe that was our downfall then. You know what I mean?
But that always happens. But after Fergie, why do you think Gill left? Gill knew bankers.
Gill was the problem as well, though. Gill sold Ronaldo. Gill sold Ronaldo, and then he bought it with. For me, yeah, Gill's no better than Woodward because he sold Ronaldo and he bought Wood and he bought.
Nobody. Let me tell you this here. The difference between Gill and Woodward is that nobody would ever hear about what Man United linked with. the deal will be done straight away. Boom. Gil, Patrice Evra. These players, Nemanja Vidic, those deals were done straight away like that. So there's a difference. Bankers, at least Gil knows something about football. UEFA guys wanted to hire him. So if he had a higher position in UEFA, Gil, because of his footballing technical knowledge.
Yeah, no, true.
These guys do not know nothing. Banker, you're comparing a banker to a guy who's been in football for a long time. I'm sorry, Saeed. They were clubmen. Fergie and Gil were both clubmen. If you look at Fergie's statements and Gil's statement before the Glazers took over, and after the Glazers took over, it's like day and night. Day and night. So we have to understand that in that context.
Flawless, I come to you, man. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at it now, like, you know what I mean? Like, so there was a comment here saying, Brandon Williams on 60 grand a week, Alphonso Davies is probably on less than that. There's a lot of issues that the football club is not dealing right now. And when we become Charity Case FC, when we become these kind of places FC, for me, I would never ever see a big rebuild when all these players are still here, Flawless, man. Let's be real out here. All these players, when they're still here, that's why I said, is this a decline of Man United? Where they're happy with a squad. With a squad here. They're happy with a squad. You know what I mean? I'll be real out here, man. If they're happy with this kind of squad, that just shows that this is the decline of Man United because they don't want to push on further. They don't want to do what Everton are doing right now, buying James Rodriguez. They don't want to do what Wolves are doing, buying Nelson Semedo. You know what I mean? Quality right back. You know what I mean? Going forward, spending 40 million on right back. When would Wolves ever spend 40 million on right back? Never, man. Like, seriously, man. Man United are haggling over, bro. Man United are haggling over Tellez, who was 25 million euros.
That's because we know what Manchester. Nuruddin touched on it. We don't have footballing people in charge, so therefore they don't know what they're doing. We are in talks FC. Like, that's us monitoring FC. Like, that's us. Like, I didn't know up until this transfer window that United seem to be maybe one of you can correct me, that United seem to be the team that we always agree personal terms with the player before talking to the club.
Why is that?
Like, I never knew it beforehand. I don't understand that because I always thought is you talk to the club, you accept the transfer fee with them, and then you talk to the player. But we seem to have reversed it for whatever reason. Sancho, apparently, we've agreed personal terms with. Tellez was the same. Reguilon, who went Spurs, he was the same. So in regards to the squad, it's just the issue from top to bottom. Like I say, Brandon Williams, I'll just use him as an example. Should he be on 60k a week? No. Should he be playing first team football at Manchester United? No. But can he be a useful squad player? Yes. You don't need 22 world-class players to sustain success. Yes, City are probably the closest to that, but I say this all the time. Liverpool won the Premier League. Obviously, they have a great structure, great people in charge. But look at their bench. Their bench last season was not good. These men had Origi on the bench. If we had Origi on the bench, we'd be kicking off talking about we need a striker. They had Shaqiri on the bench. If we had Shaqiri on the bench, we'd be kicking up. Come on, Nuruddin. You wouldn't like Shaqiri or Origi on our bench.
Origi. Look at Origi. Origi's got some of the most important goals in their league in both seasons.
Yes.
Put some respect on Origi.
And no. But you know what that is?
That's the reason why Salah, Mane, and that don't hardly ever get injured. There's a difference. Okay. They hardly get injured because their medical team's really good.
No, but there's reason. One, their medical team's really good. But two, you mentioned about Fergie getting the best out of players. That's what Klopp does. Because Klopp's a quality manager.
I agree.
So what I'm saying is, if you take Origi away from Klopp, Origi's not putting in them performances. If Origi was on Manchester United's bench, he's not putting in them performances. If you put him on,
I've seen him do it for Belgium as well. I've seen him do it for Belgium as well. I've seen him put.
I'm not a fan, so my point still stands in regards to if we had Origi on our bench, our fans would still be complaining. If we had Shaqiri on our bench, we'd still be complaining. If we
beggars can't be choosers, I always say beggars can't be choosers, man. And Man United fans, like yesterday, that player there, Skriniar, put it out there, Skriniar. Would Man United fans want him a centre back for 50 million? Too slow. This start, you know what I mean? It's got dropped by Conte. That's the problem with Man United fans, man. Beggars can't be choosers. We are not the club that you seen 20 years ago under Ferguson. We are not that club anymore. We are by name, but not by nature. You feel me?
What is that? Yeah, I get what you're saying, but with that, you can build up to that. So in terms of, I mentioned it before about, again, we have £1 million scouting network. Clearly, Maguire, I actually think Maguire's a good defender, but clearly he needs a defender with pace next to him. So you're telling me you can't identify a player with pace. To me, that's nothing to do with the owners. and the board. That's the manager and the people, the scouting people around that, are looking like, all right, we need this. Surely, Ollie should be able to identify that and be like, Maguire and Lindelof don't work, but let's go and sign a centre back with pace. You know what I'm saying? But back onto my point about Williams, yes, he is one of
that.
Yeah,
all I wanted a centre half.
Yeah, he wanted.
Ollie said he wanted a centre half, a left back, a right winger, and 2 midfield players. That's what Ollie gave the name to this. And actually, Ollie has now, whatever is it, Ollie's had to get involved because bankers were involved and deals weren't getting done like Van der Beek. Ollie had to ring him up. Ollie's chasing these people, like meeting with these people and actually try to do it. I'm just shocked that we've lost Bellingham. Bellingham came around, showing around Carrington by bankers.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Like, are we on the decline? Are we on the decline? That's what I said.
Saeed, we've been on a decline for the past 7 years. What are you talking about? Like I said to you, we're 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, FC, mate. That's who we are.
So that's what then, if Ollie did ask for these things, so if he asked for, because there are the positions I would want, you've been given a position and the people in charge are not allowing you to do the best job. So you know what you should do? You walk away. That's what you should do. You walk away. If I'm being,
would you walk away from a 7 million a year job? 7 million a year job.
It depends on. Hey, if you asking me,
would you walk away from a 7 million a year job?
With my current bank account, no. But if I'm already rich like Ollie, yes, I would walk away. Yes, I would. If I love the club as much as he says he does, like that's just me and that's my character. If I'm put in a position to do a job,
I agree.
The people who.
Yeah, go on. But like flawless cut, man. That's what Man United are doing to us.
We lost it.
Yo, let me just read that.
Neil Ashton, man. Neil Ashton is at words, bro.
You man, sorry, I know I cut off there. Yeah, you man are setting me up to fail if you don't give me all the tools best. If I ask for 5 players and you give me one, you're setting me up. So I'm going. And then when I go and when I do interviews, I'm going to say, so this, and this. They refuse to do that for me. I'm the fall guy. Yeah. Or if he came out in an interview and said, I've asked for these 4 players, these lot ain't doing it, we'd all be on side. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, if you stay there, you're a puppet. You're allowing it to happen.
Yeah. Well, that's why. Well, flawless. Listen, that's why Ollie did what he did by winking at Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was on Norwegian TV channel, one of the biggest sport channels in Norwegian in Norway, and he basically said, he gave the interview, and Shaw's like, we're getting left behind by other big clubs. We need players in this squad with a good group. Do you think that Shaw is just going to say that without Ollie giving him a wink? Do you think Ollie's not contacting Evra? Ollie's not talking to Rio? Do you think Ollie's not talking to Gary Neville and coming out and saying, what's going on here? Tell the truth. Ollie's doing this. Ollie is doing this. We can see that. No other manager was doing this. Ollie has already got contact these players and saying to the fans that Ollie had the perfect opportunity, like he did when he first got the job. When he first got the job, he was like, oh, some of us criticizing us, the owners are great. We're getting on and having regular meetings. He was buzzing. Yeah. The first press conference of the season, the question asked to Ollie, and you know what Ollie's like? Oh, the fans. Well, the fans know we need great players in this club. Great players define this club. He did not say once.
Away with it. He backed away with the comment.
You know what? The fans need to take it easy on the owners. Or the fans, like he defended Woodward. Like, I have a good relationship with the. He didn't say any of that. He came out and backed the fans. And Ollie's tried to play a clever game here, which is a balance, because you don't want to tell your boss you know where to get off, right? So you got to play he's trying to play real politic here. And no way, I know for 100% fact, Luke Shaw does not speak. When Saeed is telling me that nobody liked Evra's post, no way is Luke Shaw going to come out to a Norwegian television and just say, oh, no players talk about. Of
course. Everyone knows that, though, Norwegian. Everyone knows that.
Even MUTV, they started talking about transfers, talking about Sancho. I'm like,
no, but then what did he say, though? What did the guy say, though? He goes, 120 million is a lot to spend on a player in these kind of times. But they're spending the propaganda already. But let me just go through the super chats quickly. Prem Prodigy says, Ollie wants Upamecano, but United don't want to deal with Leipzig because it will be hard on them to get out there. Judge, I wonder a joke. Zaire Massey again, big up to you, Zaire Massey. Goes, why don't Man United pay? Why don't Man United buy? Why don't Man City buy Man United when the 2 clubs can merge to become Man City United? You get Pepper, you have no fans. It's not a problem. You get.
I'd rather we get relegated. I'd rather we get relegated. Happen, yeah, exactly. I'd rather we get relegated.
Aaron, let me
what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yo, listen, 1,144 people live, but let's get 500 likes, man. Come on, man. You man are mocking it, man.
Yes.
500 likes.
Saeed, we need to stop this. We need to end this. Are you kidding me? We've only got 500 likes. Then what are they doing?
That's what I'm saying, man. That man are mocking it, you know.
If you hate Glazer and Woodward, smash a like now.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. You hate the Glazers and Woodward, yeah? If you hate the Glazers and Woodward, smash a like on the video now. But Aaron, I want to come up to you next, yeah? Like, what do you think the ambitions of the football club are at right now? You know what I mean? Because right now, if Man United don't sign any players in the next 12 days, the likes of Arsenal, Man City, 11 days. If the club don't sign any players in the next 11 days, yeah, what are the ambitions of the football club in terms of the next 4 or 5 years? Because I put the video and the title, Are We on the Decline? Where do you see Man United if we don't spend the next window becoming? Because like I said to you, Pogba will not stay around. Bruno probably won't stay around when they see the lack of trophies going on. Like seriously, man, are we on a kind of a footpath of danger here where it could get absolutely, you know what I mean? What's the word, man? Like,
you know what? That was literally going to be my response, bro. You just gave away half of my response there. I don't think the board have an ambition for this club, and if they don't show that in this transfer window in the next 11 days or the next transfer window in winter, if we don't show any sort of ambition, Pogba's going to want to leave. I think he wants to leave at the end of the season. If not, he's going to run down his contract. And letting Pogba, I'll tell you what, yeah, letting Pogba go on a free, that's good. That's just going to be, the fans are going to go mad. If we let him run down his contract and he leaves on a free, riots will bust out at Old Trafford, didn't it? Like proper riots for real this time. Not them fake ones, but the real ones. But if we don't show any ambition, I can see Pogba leave. I can see Martial leave. Bruno's going to stick around if we keep on showing this, you know, little ambition and qualifying for the Champions League and thinking that's enough. He's going to go somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? Rashford, yeah, at the moment he's all, you know, Manny born and bred and Manchester raised and Manchester boy. But bro, if we don't start winning trophies, he's gone. He's going to go. Yep. He's going to go. If let's say a Borussia Dortmund comes and says, yo, listen, come to us. You're unlikely to win the Bundesliga because Bayern Munich is too strong. But listen, you'll play Champions League year in, year out, and you might even get a chance to win the DFB Pokal, which is the German Cup. Do you think Rashford's going to say no? And the fans will love it. Like, obviously, in the German League, he'll smash it. He'll score goals. The fans will love him. Do you see what I mean? Do you think Rashford is going to stay here till his 30s and only having won only an FA Cup, a League Cup, a Community Shield, and a Europa League over 10 years, over a 10-year career? He's not going to do that. He's going to want to win the Premier League at some point. And I'll tell you what, yeah, I wouldn't blame him. I know that's far-fetched, but bruv, if a rival comes in for him and they guarantee him to win the Premier League, I'll tell you what, man. He's going to start thinking. You're going to start thinking. Remember when Gerrard started to, you know, hesitate whether he should go to Chelsea or not? Do you know what I mean? And the Chelsea fans even made up songs and were saying, we'll see you at the bridge next week and that. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll do the same for Rashford, bro. Rashford will start hesitating. Do you know what I'm saying? Players like McTominay. If he see, to be fair, McTominay, I can see him stay at United for his whole career. He's just happy to be here. But yeah, man, all these guys that have ambitions to win trophies at one point, they're going to want to leave.
Nuruddin, you know what I mean? Man, like Zayn Massey here, you know what I mean? He's taking the mick out of us, man. Top 4 club banter, you know what I mean? He's saying to us we're top 4 club banter. Another person has mentioned here. He goes, let me read this out 1 second. Tim Hamrin says, the state of our football club is devastating, but you guys are legend. Great shows always. What can we actually do to get our club back? The bankers lack ambition for the club and lack football sense. I'll put it out to you, Nuruddin. How can we get this football club back, man? Is there a way of getting this football club? Are they perilous? You know what I mean? Are they you know what I mean, indispensable? You know what I mean? Can they do anything, yeah? For us Man United fans, you've seen the looting saying we want Sancho. That ain't gonna help, man. You know what I mean? Like our fan base is divided as it is. How do we even get to a stage where we can get these guys out of the football club? You're mute, Nuruddin.
It's called the divide and rule. The divide and rule. So the fans are not united. I put the tweet out there. I said the big accounts on Twitter, the big accounts on Instagram, the big channels on YouTube, and whoever that makes a video about United, everybody clubbing together. We target the sponsors because people are like, oh, okay, we were doing the protesting. I was there. I went down to a couple of protests when the Glazers were there. People think they took this over because there was riots. There was absolutely riot. There was bins set alight. There was riot squads there. So they were rushed out of Old Trafford in 4x4s, mate. Rushed out of Old Trafford. So they didn't take over. It wasn't that people lay down. People went and started another club, FC United. So for those of you young ones who don't know, or those of you abroad who don't know that bit of the history, I'm giving you an insight there into that. They didn't take over this club. They just walked in and they took it over, and everybody was like, all right. Everybody knew who these guys were. They have no love, no loyalty, nothing. The guys, what even makes it worse, before we had footballing people in charge, and they could weird and deal. Let me just Ahmed, they won't sell Saudi money. The best we can do is just get proper manager and become Hope FC. Well, we've been Hope FC for a long time anyway. Shout out, Ahmed. Shout out to him, man. But the problem for me is that the fans are not united, and as long as the fans are not united, and the fans, and we got some of the fans who are like, oh, back your club, back your manager. Listen, I back managers because I just can't. For me personally, I can't see Woodward. I don't want Woodward. I want Woodward to go before the manager goes. I need some of the bankers to go before the manager goes. Shout out Joshua. Shout out from Nigeria.
Niagara Falls. He goes, why the place?
Niagara Falls. All right, cool.
I said Nigeria. These are Nigeria.
Shout out to the Canadians, man.
Goes, why are the Glazers Woodward being succulent? What's succulent mean?
It basically means why have they been?
Oh, so quiet. And he's saying so quiet.
Oh, so quiet. Oh, my. I thought you made a little word there. I'm saying, yo. He goes, the media.
French. I know you're talking about the Canada. He's talking about for français, eh?
I thought he said succulent, and I was like, what is succulent? He goes, so quiet. The media and fans are shocked and outraged. Why aren't they assuring fans? Well, they'll never assure fans, man. That's the biggest thing. But sorry, carry on, Nuruddin.
Yeah, they got Neil Ashton to do that to run the propaganda. I don't know where you think. Get Ronaldo as a player manager. Yo, big ups here. You know what? Sai Miyasi is my favorite troll on the YouTube. You know that, innit? Sai Miyasi, listen. I want to follow you on Twitter. Where's your Bernard accounts? I know you follow me. I know one of the Bernard accounts. One of your Bernard accounts follows me and trolls me.
Yo, trust me.
I really want to get in touch. Like I said, I want the name, proper name. I want the age. I want the profession. That's what I'm saying. To the streets want to know who's saying me.
Seriously, man. We need a podcast. Straightjacket Podcast is there, massive, man.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know, man, where you are.
Listen, man's dyslexic, mate. So Nigeria, Nidra, similar, mate.
Yeah.
So big up, man. Big up the French FC. Totally, man. Totally. Big up the French FC. But it is, for me, this club is not going to get any better. It's almost kind of like if you've just got, like what a double barrel shotgun is. If you want a double barrel shotgun, blow a absolute chunk of your body.
Flawless, your mic flawless.
Yeah.
A mic.
You know what? You get a double barrel shotgun that makes a hole in your stomach, and then you're getting those little plasters putting it over it. That's what Man United are, mate. Double barrel shotgun hole. You've got a hole. You're bleeding. Your bits are all falling all over the place, and you just put a little plaster and it'll be all right. We'll just go on. And the plasters, for me, the plasters that the manager...
They don't work. Yeah, exactly.
Put a plaster on it. They get back to put a plaster on it. And the next minute, we want the next manager out. And one of the reasons why the fans want the managers out is because it's the only realistically thing that you can do to change the football. Majority of clubs, you can't change the owners. One thing I've got to say, Liverpool got rid of their owners and got another owners. Liverpool did that.
So we can learn from them then. As much as we say about Liverpool, maybe we can learn from them.
But we're not united. We're not united. Liverpool fans are united. That's the biggest thing. We are united by name, but we don't act like we're a fan base that's united. We're not. That's why a lot of fans get frustrated and they're like, oh, get the manager out. Well, the manager comes in without getting backed. It's the same formula. Manager gets backed. Another manager comes in. Manager gets backed. Manager doesn't get, but he gets frustrated. The fans call for the manager to go. Another manager comes in. Same, on repeat. So you need to, you know what you need to do, Said? You need to retitle this video and put, how much are we in decline? How much are we further in decline? Not we are in decline. We already been in decline. How much further are we in decline? That's the title of the video.
Okay, I'll change that video. And I'll go to you next, Flawless, man. Like I put it to Nuruddin, man. How do we get these Glazers out of the football club? Is it a case of United fans united together? Is it a case of, you know what, we stopped the merch, we stopped the, you know what I mean, the sales or whatnot? You know what I mean? Shout out to you, apparently you look like Smoke from Friday. I don't know who that is, bro. Who's Smoke from Friday? I don't even know who that is, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Smokey, you feel me?
You don't know these films, man. Yo, big up all the people in the channel.
Yo, man is I'm a 90s baby, man. I
you know
grew up
what?
in the 2000s, man.
Friday, man. Next Friday, man. You don't know these films.
Next Friday with Wayne Brothers, with the Wayne Brothers.
Yo, all of them. Yeah, that's the films, man.
Yeah, that's the common, man. I know that, man. You get me, like, but, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what's it called? I got it to you now, Aaron, man. What's the next step for you for Man United, man, in terms of getting these Glazers out, man? You know what I mean? Like, is it as simple as United as a fan base? Is it simple for you? Because
let me just.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
The truth is, most of the local Reds don't respect the international fan base. That's why we're divided. Actually, just to say to Gareth, shout out to Gareth, I would say the fans who are in this country in Manchester are divided. Forget about the international fans. The fans in this city, we're about 15 minutes away from on a bicycle from Old Trafford. The fans in this city are divided. We got to back the club. Football.
I watch Friday tonight. I watch Friday tonight, man. Don't get out to me. I watch it this Friday. Then I watch it this Friday. I watch it this Friday. Then I watch it this Friday. But yeah, Aaron, I'll come back to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how do we get rid of the Glazers, man?
Need to keep applying the pressure, bro. You know, the club came out and said that they're not going to bow down to social media hysteria. Well, guess what? You haven't seen social media hysteria yet, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep applying that pressure. Keep tweeting about them. Keep atting them. Do you know what I'm saying? If they have to block the whole fan base, let them block the whole fan base, bro, so that the world can see how much of a shambles this club is. Keep applying the pressure. People have to see what's going on. They can't keep. Do you know what it is when you're being real with people? Yeah, people can see it, but when you're putting on an act, people like you're making it seem like things are okay, but people can see stuff is not okay. Do you know what I'm saying? There's only for so long that you can play a role. It's only for so long that you can pretend. So keep applying the pressure on social media, bro. Keep applying the pressure. Tweet them. Tweet about them. Use the hashtag MUFC. Let them say that this is social media hysteria. Do you know what I'm saying? Let them talk about social media hysteria, not sign anyone, and come see what social media hysteria will be like on the 6th of October if nobody comes in. Do you see what I mean? They haven't seen social media hysteria yet. Keep applying the pressure, bro. This is bullshit, man. I honestly, it's starting to piss me off, man. It's nonsense, sort of about social media hysteria. What the hell, man? Who do you think we are? Your kids. Taking people for mugs, man. What the hell?
Listen, social media hysteria, man. You know what I mean? You man don't want, you know what I mean? That man coming to your house and you know what I mean? Like,
keep applying the pressure. That's what I'm saying. Keep applying the pressure.
Yo, he's by the way, the latest that he sold the house.
Keep their foot on their neck.
He sold the house.
What?
Yeah. Sold the house.
He's gone, man. House. He's living in a hotel, man, like with Mourinho, innit? You feel me? But Flawless,
Larry now.
Exactly, bro. You know what I mean? But when you look at it with Flawless, man, you know what I mean? Do you see any hope in the Glazers finding the ambition of the football club? Like as much as we are top 4 FC and we're in and around that top 4, is he banking on a manager like Ole now who won't say as much? He loves the football club. He's got a manager now who can really, really, like, you know what I mean? Almost I don't want to call it a Glazer puppet, but a person who can say, you know what, I'm happy what I've got right now. You know what I mean? These are the kind of players. He's never had these players in his life, man. No disrespect, but he's been managing in Molde, Cardiff. His expectations as a football coach isn't up there, though, is it? Let's be real out here, man.
It's not, because that goes back to the previous point I made in terms of you've been given a job. The people who have given you this job aren't giving you all the tools to do the job. Anybody else, I'm not going to say he's weak, but anyone else who's like, I can only speak for me. I'm leaving. That's just me, though. If I'm given a job and the people who give me the job haven't given me all the tools to succeed at this job, you man are hanging me out to dry. These man, how many times have we said it? People are saying, oh, they're hanging Ole out to dry. These men are walking you down the ledge. You get what I'm saying? To be attacked by people who don't think you're good enough as a manager, and then also be attacked by people who are Ole in, but then when performances go bad, i.e. the Palace game, a lot of people would have turned. I'm not reactionary like that, but a lot of people would have turned, not just on the players, on him as well. So in terms of how to get the Glazers out, I legit don't know. One is definitely a unified front, and we just boycott everything. But that's impossible.
Would you boycott? You know what, man? I'm trying to think. Would I boycott a game, you know, man?
No, if everyone stood together, so say there was, I don't know, like a United, say there was a round table, like the biggest round table in the world, yeah, and it was all United. There was representatives from everywhere, from United fans from everywhere, and every country had a state, you get me, had a union rep or something like that, and we was all like, right, we're not going to no games, we're not buying no merch, etc., etc. I'm all for that to try and get the Glazers out, but what I just said there is practically impossible to do because everybody. With fans, we're divided. Like Nuruddin said it when the guy said, "Oh, fans from Manchester don't like fans outside of the country. Fans in Manchester don't like each other. Like we are very divided. Just on Ollie in versus Ollie out, just that one sole issue. Never mind. Look at Pogba in, Pogba out. That's a thing. Martial in, Martial out.
Maguire in, Maguire out. You know what I mean? Like, United fans like any player that we unanimous on any single player. Seriously.
No, it's because of the frustrations and the lack of success, Saeed. So the frustrations and the lack of success is basically then that's where everybody gets irritated. That's why everybody was like Ollie out, knowing that we all know when you sign players and you've got the players in time, it freshens everything up. People who've got no energy all of a sudden get energy because everybody's like, wow, new guys come in. Are they after my position? I've got to step it up. That moves everybody. Has Ollie
been ruthless on his part, though?
You know what? One thing I'll give Ollie. Go on, Nuruddin. Go on.
Ollie's been ruthless. You know why? At the heart of it, he's telling the club and telling the fans, I don't rate these guys. I need a better quality on the bench. And I need better 11 on the pitch. Ollie's been saying that all throughout since the project restart. Ollie has played certain guys. They look what he took them all out. That's why man crawled to the top four. Literally crawled to the top four. That's
one thing. I will give Ollie.
We were crawling on all floors, mate, like that.
Yeah.
Limping to the top four.
Yeah.
The season before, he was clearing out players. He cleared out a lot of players that didn't want to be there. This season, he wanted to clear out more players. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to help him. They've had 6 months. They've had since March. Sorry, Flawless.
So now it's cool. One thing I do give Ollie credit for is he has improved the squad. Definitely. Yeah. The squad we have now from the squad he inherited is much better. Like I said, and we have a template to go on and maybe not have sustained success, but like I said before, be in the race. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why people are going so crazy in this transfer window because we can see that we have Pogbas, we've added Donny, we've got Bruno.
Yeah. My point was Klopp got rid of all the players. Guardiola got rid of all the players. Is Ollie doing the same to get rid of these players? That's my only issue. I don't know if it's too nice.
I think in my heart of hearts, and you know I'm not an Ollie fan, I genuinely believe he is trying to get rid of these players, but because of the people dealing with that situation, they don't want to take small fees for these players. Aaron mentioned it before. Take hits, even if you have to terminate contracts or you sell a player, you sell a Phil Jones for $5 million. Take the hit and you pay him off. Take the hit to get him off the wage bill. Yeah, because then when you get him off the wage budget, when you go to negotiate with top players, you have more money to work with. So I will defend Ollie in that sense. Like whoever's dealing with that, our outgoings is terrible. Because you're telling me there's no one. Even I'm hearing this is rumors, obviously with Chris Smalling. I almost called him Mike Smalling. Supposedly we want 20 million, and they're offering 18. It's like if Roma are offering 18 million for Smalling, take it. How much do you think you're going to get for him? Take it, move him on, get him off the wage bill. I'm sure he's on a healthy wage as well. And then that frees up money if we then go for another centre back. You've got that Smalling wage bill.
It's 18 million euros.
18 million. How much is that in millions?
20 million euros. It's 18 million. Man United won 22
I think that's fair. I think that's fair, though. I think that's fair.
How much is that in millions? How much is that in
millions?
About
16 million. I think it's about 16 million.
So,
it's about 15 million. 15 million.
Okay, so they're offering 15 million and we want what, 18, 19 million? Is that what it is? Is that rumors what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? So we're literally handling over free.
You know how well he played last season? He's worth 20. Even in COVID prices, he's worth 20 million.
Of course.
He's worth.
Here's a key statement. No, it's not what you get me. You don't get what you're worth. You get what you negotiate.
You know
we
what?
struggle to negotiate. So it's kind of like you man are haggling over 50 million. I mean, over 4 million. If we want 18 and they're offering 15, just get rid of him and let's go. Like, you man are just stagnating over. It's not like it's a 10, 15, 20 million difference. Like, come on. Like, and we're not in a position of strength. We're not in a Liverpool position of strength where we're flying. We've won the Premier League. We've won We've won the Champions League. We're not in that position of strength. We're trying to get back to the mountaintop. So you have to take these hits. Unfortunately, it's not right, but that's the way it is. Everyone knows United are desperate in regards to buying players and selling players. So we're already at a disadvantage when it comes to the negotiating table. But we'll see in it. Hopefully we can. So hopefully, I don't know, a major a billionaire comes and buys Manchester United. Maybe that's the only way I could see the Glazers going. Or United becomes so unsuccessful that we're no longer profitable. They're the two ends of the spectrum. A billionaire comes and buys us, or we start finishing 8th like Arsenal. They get me season after season, and then
that's why I said to you. That's why I said to you that the decline is, even till now, I think we're still on the decline, because the fact that we are happy now going to be finishing 7-8 this season, when it's still kind of European football still there. You know what I mean? Zé Massey goes, send Roy Keane to the Woodward's house to have a man chat, bro. He's probably another Glazer puppet, man. You know what I mean? He's probably getting the Glazer payroll. You know what I'm saying? But to finish off this podcast, Aaron, you know what I mean? What's your worries and concerns that you think will be for the next 4 or 5 years? You know what I mean? The next 5 years, what's your worries that Man United could become?
I feel like we're going to become one of those clubs where everything seems perfectly done apart from, the structure of the club. Nowadays, all I'm seeing is, they're posting a lot of throwback videos. I don't know why. Posting a lot of throwback videos. It's always about the past.
Throwback FC, bro. Throwback FC.
Yeah, another one. That's another one. Give another one, Throwback FC.
In 10 years' time, everyone's going to be looking back and saying, yeah, but we don't care about no throwbacks anymore, bro. We just want to win stuff. And we're getting closer. People don't realize it, but we're getting closer to 10 years without a trophy, without a Premier League. Like, people don't realize how quick it goes, but in 3 years, 2023, could still be chatting. We could still be here, literally, us four, doing a live stream, talking about the same situation.
Nuruddin, I put it to you last question, man. What's your worries for the next 4 or 5 years for Man United Football Club?
The next 4 or 5 years for Manchester United Football Club is that there's no plan. There's no plan. There's no plan. No realistic plan. There is no goals. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing other than crunch numbers, mate. When you got the number crunchers, they're just looking at numbers. They're not looking ahead. They don't have a vision to look ahead. What's coming? They're just number crunchers. And I would always say, the day you see me get giddy, get absolute giddy, right? I'm talking with a capital G. Get giddy, right? It's the day Manchester United have a footballing structure. It's the day Manchester United employ one of the top world's best director of football and one of the best recruitment advisors, consultants, to help reshape Manchester United. Then, Saeed, you will not see. That's the saddest thing about the Glazers. The Glazers know nothing about football, because if they put in position, they could take all the dividends out. Like I said on the previous podcast, Fergie gave us so much. Fergie gave us 80 yards head start to the 100-meter, mate. 100-meter run.
Yeah, and for Woodward,
yards.
And for Woodward to collapse it. And
Woodward is now we're running behind Chelsea and Chelsea, City, Liverpool. These clubs, Arsenal again. Arsenal Football Club. I would say that the banter, like I said, the crown belongs to Man United. The biggest worrying thing, going back to your question, is that Manchester United have no plan. Nobody has a plan. Nobody has a ambition. There's no structure. Shout out Deco 90, telling it as it is.
Yo, shout out to SC, man. Dilly Dally FC. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. We are done, United FC. Yo, flawless, man. How many FCs have we become but by United, mate? That's how bad it is, man. And I put to you the question, to you again. Next 4 or 5 years, what are Man United going to become?
it's one of them. It depends on it depends on a lot of things. Obviously, your owners, because all it takes is to get someone in the board who is knowledgeable and knows what they're doing, and we might stumble across that person by accident, and then you get me, can help. You never know with the owners where it will go. You never know with the manager. You never know what players are going to come through as well or who we're going to sign. So 4 or 5 years, if you're asking me to guess now, probably more of the same. Disappointment in terms of we're not challenging for major trophies, but we'll nick Europa Leagues, FA Cup here and there, maybe a League Cup, etc., etc. But I'm just still, maybe it's my bias, and because I love Manchester United so much, I'm looking at it, we have quality. Obviously, it's not the quality, it's not the best squad in the world, but we still have quality on the pitch to win football matches. We still, by hook or by crook, obviously everyone else was bad last season, bar Liverpool. We still finished third, you get what I'm saying? And this is the same team that just finished third, and we've added Henderson into the mix now, and we've added Donny on top of that. And I still believe we will sign someone as well. I still believe as well, I'm going out on a limb, that Sancho will come in as well. So we're not, it's bad, but I still think we can finish top 4 in it, is what I'm saying in it. Maybe that's my bias.
The flawless, man. Flawless, man. Come on, man.
You know what?
Flawless.
Flawless. You know what? Flawless. You know what? I put you up there. You are the absolute done. You know what? It's not going to be flawless, your name. It's going to be done positivity, mate. It almost feels like
listen, change your name, man. Change your name to Done Positive FC.
Listen, you know what? It's almost Aaron. It's almost like Neil Ashton moved out of Saeed's yard and moved in with Flawless, man.
He's right there. He's right there behind the laptop. He's right there behind the laptop.
He's behind. He's chilling there. Yeah, man, the squad, like, I'm looking at it like, yeah, the squad, obviously, we still got the same squad. We've added in, we've added Henderson, who I believe he's looking like he'll be a good goalkeeper, because even though we only played against Luton, I was looking at his distribution, and he's distributing with his left foot, his right foot. So I'm like, okay, if you want to play out for the back, that helps. Donny looks bright. He does, even though it's only 2 games. He looks like a player. So I'm looking at it like, if you still sign a player, get a better manager in, you get me, like, I'm not saying win leagues, but top 4. I just don't rate the rest of the Premier League that highly. That's what it is. I don't rate the rest of the Premier League. Take out Liverpool and City. Chelsea have done a mazzo. Wolves have lost Jota. They've lost Doherty as well. Obviously, they signed the Fabio Silva.
Are you kidding me? You know how many players they've signed?
They've lost. Yeah, they've lost Jota though. Isn't it? You telling me Jota's not a hit?
But have you seen this young kid? Have you seen the young kid that's making? Have you seen the young kid that's making De Bruyne, megging him for days like it's nothing?
Yeah,
megging
it was quality. Yeah, it was quality. It was quality. But I'm just looking at it like, obviously they have signed players, but we don't know if they're going to settle in. I'm saying Jota is definitely a hit from them. Sheffield United, I don't think will do that again. Who else we got? Leicester. Leicester will be thereabouts. Yeah, go on.
All I can say is, where Wolves have a better footballing structure, Everton have a better footballing structure, Leicester have a better footballing structure. We're done out here, Don. We're done out. You can be positive. You can be, Neil Ashton could be giving you the script. You know what I mean? You're making it out like Henderson. Henderson was our player. How can we sign when he's our player? We've only signed one player. You're coming out with propaganda, Neil Ashton propaganda.
Yo, listen.
It's not propaganda in terms of like him signing. I'm saying he's now in our squad. He was not in our squad. You get what I'm saying in there. And despite all the things you just mentioned, obviously Everton, they do worry me. Everton do. But Wolves, Leicester, all these other teams had better footballing structures than us last season and finished behind us. They finished behind us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because it's on the pitch.
It's crazy.
They finished behind us. That's what I'm saying, innit? Because I just don't rate the Premier League behind.
Subscribe to this channel. I want to give a shout out and I want to congratulate everybody that obviously contributed to the success.
Man.
But it's been an absolute banner. This channel has grown from strength to strength. You know what I mean? So big up to all of you. The content is real. It's only from the way we see it. It's only the way we see it.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm always up to you. Big up Futo Wayne.
Yo, Futo Wayne, yo, man. Yo, if you don't know what that means, yeah.
Just to let Flawless and Aaron go. You know what that means? That means big ass. Somebody's on YouTube. Big ass. You know what I mean?
Big ass. This is his name, bro. Yo, shout out to the Somali community, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we always. But this is crazy. In the Somali community, there'll be a guy called that, man. You know what I mean? There'll be a guy called that. That's what would be his nickname.
Yo, forget that. There's Manti Rushon. You know, guess what one of his names is? Channel 4. Because the man's got a square forehead. They call him Channel 4. Yo, I love my culture. I love my culture.
Shout out to Channel 4, man.
The absolute banter in my it's like we invented banter. Trust me. Banter. If you support banter in a dictionary, there should be just East Africans on there, bro. Banter is all it is, bro. It is all it is.
Oh yeah, and just before we go, obviously I know you're closing out the show, Saeed. One, how have you not seen Friday? This is one of the greatest comedy films of all time.
I don't know, man.
Have you not seen Friday?
I've not seen Friday, guys.
Here's the thing. You know how you know Friday is that quality that it still gets quoted to this day. You know, like different. Aaron will know. There's different lines from that film that will still get quoted, like "Bye Felicia." You get me, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. There's loads in it. Like,
yo, man, I have to watch that in it. I'll watch that this weekend, in it, and then we'll come back next podcast. Yeah, we'll come back and we chat about Friday in it. You feel me? But guys, I just want to before I shout out the social, I want to congratulate obviously the people who have contributed to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Straightjacket Podcast. You know what I mean? I remember we started in a yogurt shop, man. Shout out to Hussein. You know what I mean? In Whitworth. You know what I'm saying to you. And look here, man, you know what I mean? 20,000 subscribers, man. I never, ever thought to the day this would ever happen, man. So that's all down to you guys watching, supporting, liking the video, subscribing, all of that, man. And you know what, man? Like I said to you, the channel will be nothing without you guys. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But yeah, man, big up to you, man. Big up for watching. Let's get the social of the people in the building. We'll start with you, Flawless. You know what I'm saying? Shout out your socials, bro.
Yes, people, you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at That's Me Flawless. So that's Twitter, Instagram, That's Me Flawless. And the Sarcasm City podcast, which goes live every Sunday on YouTube. And that's a non-footballing podcast. So we talk current affairs, gyal, banter, all types of wild shit. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's every Sunday, 7 p.m. Sarcasm City. Also as well, From a Third Eye View, that goes live every Monday, 7 p.m. on Pi Radio. So it goes live on the Pi Radio YouTube. Also goes live on DAB Radio as well. And that's a Premier League. So we discuss everything Premier League. These three legends that I'm blessed to be on this video with have all been guests on there, and we're going to get them on again. Aaron was on a couple of weeks ago. Saeed will be on this Monday as well. And I'm going to talk
I'll be there.
I get him on in the next couple of weeks as well in it. But yeah, that's all the socials, man.
Yeah, man, big up to you, man. Aaron, we'll start with your socials, you know what I mean? Shout out your socials, bro.
Yeah, man, you can see it under myself here. Here you can see it, Mr. Aaron UTD. Every social media platform, my YouTube channel. Let's connect.
That's it, man. Road to 10K, guys. It's literally nearly 2,500 away from 2K. So I mean, let's get into 10K subscribers, guys. So if you're not checked this channel, road to 10, you know what I mean, road to 10K. And Nuruddin, last but not least, the legend, the man, the legend. Shout out yourself, man.
That guy, Red Devil, man. I only keep it 100%, man. 100%.
What about the trolls, man? The trolls still at you. The trolls still coming for you.
Yo, I told you they have to let go in it. They have to get it out themselves, innit? They come for me. But I just want to shout out to Rashford, man. Marcus Rashford is at it again. He's putting pressure on the government and the powers that be. And some United fans need to be ashamed of themselves. And he actually shows them like what they've. You've got to separate the man from the footballer. The footballer is the one thing, but the man is an absolute legend. So big up Marcus Rashford for all of the work he's doing throughout this nation. Try to make sure that children don't go to sleep hungry at night. And I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with you in your mind. Why you would have any problem with that? Why anybody would have any problem with that? So I always say we must protect, but at any cost, we must protect Rashford. That doesn't mean that we can't criticize him when he plays bad or when he has a bad game. But Rashford, in terms of the outside people, because media moguls, politicians, everybody's going to come for him, man. And you know what? He's only telling the truth. He's using a platform. He's out there, putting himself out there. And that takes real courage, real guts. So big up Rashford.
Yeah, man, big up to you. And obviously subscribe to the guy's channel. But please, I just want to shout out to everybody again. Big up the community, United Central community, absolutely growing at the minute. And we just want to continue to grow. Road to 30K. Let's roll to 50K. Let's push on, guys. Let's move on. Good energy, good vibes. But I've been your host, United Central. Please subscribe to United Central. Like the video, guys. Yeah. Please like the video. Before you leave, guys, like the video. It takes 2 seconds. It helps with the channel to grow even more. Like the video. And after this, we are going straight to the European Show Football Podcast. So go over to Aaron's channel. We are going to be talking everything about European football. I think there's a Super Cup on tonight as well. We'll preview that as well. You know, there's loads and loads of football on tonight. So please subscribe to United Central. And I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.